You know, just basics, what plants need, of course, is light. Here we have some light, but we do have a tree right overhead. So big magnolia that's leafed out all year. So we have the grow lights. You need moisture. Certainly, these are growing in water. So you need nutrients that the fish provide. And very importantly, you need air. Since they're growing them in water, as you know, you can drown plants. So you have to aerate the entire system. And that's what you're hearing. What's making the most noise in the background is that air pump that's on the back wall underneath the fan. The way this system works is we've got these sumps, of course you have the fish tank, and the fish are hungry. We'll feed the fish. We need to do that probably right now. So let's just go back here. And whoever wants to just grab a handful of fish food out of the trash can there, you can see they're very eager. And about a handful, and just sprinkle it on the top, and they'll go right up to the top and start eating. Not only does that feed the fish, but and we'll test the water chemistry. If the nitrate levels are kind of low, and they are kind of low in the system right now, what the fish don't eat, the bacteria still break down the fish food that's in excess, and it actually adds nitrogen as well. So you could run a aquaponic system off of just putting fish food in water, but what's the point of that? There's different ways to grow plants in water. And one of them is right behind Joyce here. This is what we call a trickle bed. Trickle bed has expanded shale as the base. This is what has grown into more of what we propagate our plants in. You see all these plants are young. They're we'll transplant some of them today. We'll bump them up and put them over into the other mats. Got water coming in here and draining out there. But got a little sloppy one day and spilled a few seeds when we were planting these, and noticed that they do pretty good if you just grow them out. And it involves you get less of the soil in when you do bump them up and put them into these net pots. And it seems to be a better way to start our plants from seed. What we do with this trickle bed is every 6 months or so, we take all the shale out and clean it again. Now you can use different things in a trickle bed, different matrices to grow, a media to grow in. But we found that this expanded shale is the best. If you use gravel, some people are like, oh, we'll use gravel. Well, gravel around here at least has a lot of limestone in it. And so the pH goes super high, and you're fighting the alkaline nature of the gravel the whole time. So it just works better to have something a little more neutral as far as a growing media. This is a mat bed. This is what a lot of the commercial growers and aquaponic growers use. It's just basically 2-inch or 2.5-inch house insulation that and again, as you can see, most of these we've built all these and fabricated them ourselves. You can buy commercial systems. The cost is about at least double, if not quadruple, of what you can build it yourself. So what we did here is just drill the holes to fit these net pots in. And you can see you get some pretty good roots. I just want to show you kind of what we've got under here. So the tubes you see in here, water's coming in from a single point. This is the aeration. This is how we're aerating these roots. That's the one thing that when you're growing in hydroponics, the root systems grow very, very quickly, and that's a good nice white roots. You can tell that that's a healthy plant. When they're not so healthy, if things aren't quite right, the chemistry's not right, the nutrients aren't right, you start getting kind of brown roots. But these are very healthy.